All right, here we go. Disclaimer, I've played 0 games of tank this season. All right, we'll kind of speedrun this a little bit. Bastion, B for Bastion. Bastion's B tier. Kind of a niche hero, but he got some good perks. If you're saucy on Bastion, you can climb. Cass. He got some bad perks. However, I think meta is pretty good for him. Kind of the same with the Torb thing. I think chunky DPS are meta right now. DPS with a little bit more health, they're good. Cass, maybe the worst out of the bunch, but still pretty alright. We'll put him in B tier as well. Diva. I think A tier. There's gonna be a lot of A tier tanks. I think the tank lineup is pretty diverse. Diva's one of the good tanks, one of the A tiers. Genji. I know it's a joke. People say nerf Genji. Genji's actually really good right now. He has been good for a while, actually. And I know people who aren't at maybe the highest rank, they go, Genji, no way, no way. Genji has been a strong hero. The pros play him. Look on the top 500 leaderboard. You're going to see a lot of Genji. He's a good hero. You just got to be good at him. You don't get free value on Genji, but you can get a lot of value if you're good at him. That makes him S tier. Hanzo. Hanzo is basically a terrible character outside of the fact that he can one-shot. If a character has a one-shot, they always have something going for him. But he's probably the worst out of the hit scans. I know Hanzo's not actually a hit scan, but he kind of falls into the same category in terms of like his role. We'll put him in C, and we'll put him in D. Junkrat. Junkrat's pretty ass. You can make Junk work if you're saucy on him, but yeah. Lucio, A tier. Lucio's always good. Kind of got the Genji thing going. He's not free value. You gotta be good at him. But Lucio gets good value. I think I've seen a good amount of Lucio this season. Mei. Mei is very good. Mei, A tier. He's got a lot of health. Being able to wall people off is always good. Ice block. The ice block perk is crazy. Blizzard's always OP. Mercy. Oh, Mercy. I think Master... I think above Master, she's F tier. I think below that, or... yeah, below Master, she gets up to D tier. We'll say. I don't know. I think Mercy gets better the lower you go, simply because the enemy supports just aren't that good, and a Mercy can theoretically outvalue them. But in a world where everyone's really good at their heroes, you know, a top 500 Ana is going to be able to get more value than a top 500 Mercy. And that's just kind of always how it is. Pharah's S tier. Pharah's really strong. Pharah has been strong, and she got insane perks. Barrage is just a fight win a lot of the time, especially if you can just like calm it. You get like any sort of bubble or defense matrix or Suzu or even just a little bit of healing. You can consistently kill like 2 or 3 with Barrage. Pharah's really annoying, really strong. Reaper. I think C tier for Reaper. He's got his niche. He's pretty alright. However, not super crazy either. I know I said the high health heroes are pretty good. Reaper, doesn't have the range. We'll say map dependent for Reaper. Reinhardt. Reinhardt's pretty bad. Reinhardt's really bad. Is Reinhardt F tier bad? He might be. He's got his points. He's got his maps. However, if you're one-tricking Rein, you will throw a certain percentage of games. Roadhog. Yeah, same thing. We'll put him above. I'm not really ordering these. We'll put him above Rein now. Hog at least can hit the hooks. If he's hitting the hooks, he can get value, but manning Hog on tank is playing it on expert difficulty. Soldier 76, I think is maybe B tier. I feel like Soldier historically is a very mid character. Absolutely, Rhine mains are insufferable too. Rhine mains are just the Mercy mains of tank. Not gonna elaborate, but I stand by that. Symmetra. Symmetra's like high A tier. Yeah, high A tier. She has a higher health pool. Beam is really strong against tanks. TP's really good. Got some solid perks. Sim is good. Sim is good. There's a lot you can do with Sim. All right, we will get back to this after this game. Back to the tier list. We were Torbjorn S-tier. Torb is insane this season. He was actually good, and he was being played in OWCS before perks. I think he's just a really good answer to Hazard, but he got like the best perks. His level 3 turret or his turret on like the side of a wall are both crazy. Torb is just so tanky, and tanky DPS are good. Tracer's a weird one. Tracer's good. She got good perks. However, we're living in a Torbjorn world right now. If it weren't for Torb, I think you could say Tracer S tier. Because of Torb, I'll put her like the back of A tier. I think Tracer in A tier is maybe only true in like top 500 though. I think the lower you go, I think the lower Tracer goes. Not that it's impossible, I'm just saying it takes a lot of effort. You have to be really good at Tracer to force it. I'd say if you're like plat or below, Tracer might be expert difficulty. Oh, I've Q popped already? We'll get back to it, I promise. Widowmaker. Widowmaker is just classic Widow. She can one-shot. She's good on sniper maps. I don't think her perks are that crazy. I don't think I've seen any more Widow. We'll put her in B tier. Winston, I think, is another one of our A tier tanks. Winston's very good this season. There's been a lot of Winston. Is Winston S tier? No. I think he's classic Winston. Very solid A tier. Zarya, I think, is S tier. Bottom of S tier. There's a lot. I think I've seen a lot of tanks. There's a lot of tank variety this season. I'd say Zarya is one of the most dominant. We'll put her in S tier. Classic Zarya. She just gets bubbles. She gets charged. She dominates. Zenyatta, B tier. Kind of similar to Widow, to be honest. Just sniper map merchant. He got some solid perks. Just classic glass cannon. I'd say he's a very map dependent hero, but he's got his place. Ana, S tier. Ana is OP. Ana was already really strong, and she got arguably the best perks in the game. The double nano is just a fight win, and you get it every other fight, if not faster. Ana is crazy. Yeah, her other perks are good too. Bounce nade. The sleep miner perk is good against like Ball, who is also really good. We'll skip to Ball. I don't know if he's S tier good. Obviously, you do have to be good at Ball to get that kind of value out of him. He's a very high skill hero. But he is a lot better this season than he was previously. He got some really good perks. I'm not going to put him in S tier, but I'm going to put him in A tier alongside these other tanks. I think he got helped the most by perks. There's a lot of Wrecking Sphere. Sombra. There's been a lot of Sombra this season. She's S tier annoying, but I think she's only A tier good. I don't think she's actually that OP. She's a good hero right now. Not S tier good though. Arisa. I think just another A tier tank. A lot of good tanks. I don't know if she's as good. Yeah, Arisa's pretty good. Doom, also. Hot take. People are going to be upset about this. I think Doom is also A tier. We'll put him at like the back of A tier. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I'll put him high B tier. Doom is obviously a really, really, really difficult hero. Even if Doom is really good, you're not just going to be able to pick up Doom and get free value. You have to be good at Doomfist. However, Doom has the opportunity. He has the tools to get a lot of value to hard carry. It's always possible. You have to be better at him. Actually, I am going to squeak him into low A. Doom's been pretty solid this season. Moira, kind of known as a noob stomper hero. Always really good in the low ranks. High ranks, she kind of falls off. I think she's gotten a little bit better on high ranks. Still nowhere near as good as like an Ana or like a Kiri or any of those. But I think she actually got some pretty good perks. I like playing her on Flashpoint. I think she's super good on Flashpoint. Also really good on Clash, but they took out Clash. She gets pretty good perks. She can play extra flanky now. Put her like top of B tier. I think Bastion needs to go like the bottom of B tier. I don't know. I'm not ordering these two specifically. Brigida. Brig's kind of a weird one. Because she's a little bit, I'll say low A. I'll say high B. Brig's weird because like in like a team setting, she's really strong. If you could like pair her with the right heroes, like Ana Brig, super good. Ana or Juno Brig, really good. Alone in like a solo queue environment, it's a little bit more weird. Brig perks are good. Nah, I'll say low A tier. Kind of situational though. Ashe. I think Ashe is pretty good. I don't think she's as good as Soj right now, but I think she's still very playable. I see a good amount of Ashe. I think hit scan meta is pretty. It's got some decent variety. It's not super like one hero dominates it. I think Ashe is A. Baptiste is terrible. This could be different in the lower ranks where, the game doesn't play as fast. It's a lot less tempo, a lot less dive. And Bap is capable of doing a lot of output. So if you're in the lower ranks, don't be scared of playing Bap. He could be a lot better. But if we're talking about like peak, like what can Bap do against some of the best players? Bap really struggles. Support has seen a lot of mobility creep, and Bap has not caught up. And by mobility creep, I mean mostly horizontal mobility. Bap's little jump boots. That's more just for like repositioning. Doesn't really do much when you're getting dove. I'm gonna put him in D tier. Lamp is like more useless than ever. There's so many things that just cleave it, or that just, I don't know. He's kind of known for being good because of his sustain, but it just doesn't matter anymore. He still just gets exploded nowadays. There's too much stuff that just. Oh, thank you. Yeah, his movement perk is laughably bad. It is like worse than a Hanzo leap. It is like, it's almost a spit in the face to Baptiste. Because that's what he needs. They just made it terrible. Also, not to mention that it's taking up a major perk slot. You don't get it until like 4 minutes into the match, and you're sacrificing another potentially good major perk for just the worst movement ever, the most underwhelming movement ever. Yeah, his perks are terrible. He has the capability to be a lot higher than a character like Mercy. Putting him in the same tier as Mercy seems weird, but I'm really, really down on Bap this season, even though I love him. Shrigma is really good. Potentially S tier good. I'm gonna put him top of A. Ash shouldn't be bottom of A. I don't know. Like I said, don't think too hard about where these guys are in order per row or whatever. Sig's very good. A little bit map dependent. If you can play Pokey, he's very good. He gets some good perks. Echo. A tier. I don't see as much Echo. I think Pharah is like noticeably better. Echo kind of counters Pharah, but in practice, not really. She's still really good though. Copy is one of the best ults in the game. Yeah. Soj, S-tier. She got good perks. She's tappy. I'd say she's the best hit scan. People are complaining about Soj again. That's how you know she's good. Queen. I feel like, to be honest, I don't know that much about Queen. I know I've seen a lot of Queen played. I think just another A-tier tank. Definitely a very skillful tank. I don't think she's as popular as like a Czar, Ball, Winston, but there's a lot of Queen players. Queen's pretty good. If it's a good Queen map and you're good at Queen, definitely pick her. Kiri. She's not as good as Ana. Ana is insanely busted. I might still squeak her into S tier though. Actually, no. Top of A. While we're at it, I'll also do Juno. Kiri's just always a great hero. She got good perks too. The double TP's nuts. Juno also A. She still just has one of the strongest ults in the game. Torpedoes is a huge value burst. Juno has while she is pretty squishy, she has very good movement. And like I explained before, movement is a lot more important than like tankiness on support right now. And if you're good enough, you can survive a lot as Juno if you're good with the movement and have good positioning. Also speed ring. Speed, especially at higher ranks, can just control the game. So yeah, speed is good. Juno is good. Ram is very good. I've been seeing a lot of Ram. His left click perk just makes it do more damage, gives him more like a better neutral. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I just know Ram's been good. Haven't played too much tank. Let's Weaver. Weaver's low-key decent. Weaver. I've seen Weavers in top 500 get value. He's pretty damn invincible. And he has movement. He's tanky, like Bab, but he also has solid movement. Pedal, being able to stay like at the skybox and then move. Plus he has a perk that makes him even tankier. He builds tree really fast, and tree's a really good ult. It's hard to win a fight when the enemy team has tree. With that being said, he's still Life Weaver. His skill ceiling doesn't go that high. He doesn't get a lot of I know I was just glazing him, but that's under the assumption that Life Weaver's ass, because he historically is. I think he's a little bit better this season, especially. I think in lower ranks, I honestly think Weaver could be pretty good. I've seen some Weavers do well in top 500, so we'll squeak him into C tier. Ilari, my beloved. I'll say. I'll put her in C. I don't think she's as good as Zen. I think Zen has a much stronger niche. Yeah. I don't know. As I've been playing so much Ilari this season, I just realized that, like, the enemy Ana just has it so much easier than you. Her gun does more damage. She has infinite range, whereas Ilari does not. She's got a sleep dart. She's got a nade, fight winning cool. She has the best cooldowns in the game. And the double nano boost is just a fight win every other fight. Ilari trying to play into that and outvalue that is just hard mode. Your ult can be fight winning, but only if you're really good with it. And being consistent that way is really hard. She does have things going for her, but it's just difficult. She does not have the utility that other supports have. She does have enough movement to stay alive in this meta. But yeah. Mauga. Seikwa Kiki. Both hearts pumping. He's been... People are gonna laugh at this. Mauga takes a lot of skill. He's good this season. But I don't think you can just pick Mauga for the free win like you used to be able to. You can poke Mauga out. You have to have good discipline with taking too much damage, playing your corners properly, engage timing right. You can't just sit there, both hearts pumping, and just get free value. I think... I don't know how well he works at a low rank. To be honest, if you're trying to counter Mauga and you're, middle to lower rank, as long as you just counter his E, his fired up, as long as you just block it in some way where he's not doing damage, he can get his health back. Just block it with a shield or an eat, or just like nade or sleep it, and you'll counter the fuck out of Mauga and you'll probably win the game. Higher rank, the higher rank Maugas can, be really good and overcome it. And he's got a lot going for him in like a death ball comp. I think they've been playing some Mauga in like team play. We'll put him in A. He's not that prevalent though in top 100 ranked. He's pretty easy to counter. Like you really in top 100, you have to be really coordinated to pull off Mauga. But if you are coordinated, he can be really good. We'll put him in A. Hazard, I think also A. I think Hazard is really broken still. I think he's got a lot going for him. However, meta is kind of just anti-Hazard. Like the tanky DPS characters are just good against Hazard. But if they're not playing that, or if you're just saucy at Hazard, he's still really, really strong. And then finally, Venture. Venture's pretty good. They got a perk that buffs the hell out of their ult. Venture ult is scary now. Very scary. They're another tanky DPS. They can escape well. They can go in. A tier. A lot of A tier heroes. It's honestly a good amount of variety this season. Okay, you know what? I forgot. Okay, Bap is still good on Sig Poke maps. He's still got his niche there. We'll put him right here. That's an important note. If it's like Circuit Royale, both teams are playing Sig, you still play Bap. But outside of that, he's terrible. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, there's the tier list for this season. Cool. Like and subscribe.